big part of it is true. There is definitely a lot of single women, and I would even bring it more to say lonely women out there. And I say that because I spend years and years on dating sites and many different ones, and the women they just all lots of women are just right there at your fingertips, and they all looking for the same thing. Most of them they claim to be looking for love, and I believe they do. And I think there's some of them would resort to just living on their own and making their way and being independent. And that doesn't mean that's what they really want, but they don't have a choice sometimes.
Correct.
And so I've heard women say to me, I don't need a man. I don't need a man in my life. I don't need a man. And when I look at them, I say to myself, that is not what necessarily they don't need a man. It's just that they have something else that they use to substitute for that not having a man. They might be closer. Yeah, they might be closer to the girlfriend. It might be cats again. It might be dogs.
Correct.
They might like it. You know, I get a pet.
It can be work. It can be an animal. It can be vacation. Because I have aunts that are in their 60s, and these women have done it all, and they have accomplished it all. They were married. They're no longer married. They have their own homes, everything you can think about. And it's like the idiotic men that they runs into. It's disgusting because then they want to come at their home, throw up their hats, their clothes and everything, and then want to tell them what they can't do. Hey, buddy, you came into my world. I did not come into your world. I'm bringing stuff to the table. A lot of men are not bringing anything to the table other than their penis. And most of the time, their penis, it's not working. It's not doing anything. And then when you try to have a conversation with them, their vocabulary is like of an early Head Start child. So what really are you bringing to the table? So it's not a matter that we're unhappy. It's a matter of we want you to stand and be a man. Let me see what a Black king is capable of.
Preach.
But based on my situation, right? Based on my experiences, not situation, but experiences, the problem that I found with a lot of women in their 40s is control. And it doesn't mean you don't bring anything to the table. You bring a lot to the table. I can understand sometimes when one makes a lot of money and you hardly even have a good job, how they want to feel in control. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just women always seem to be competing with men because of the new wave of the social aspects of women being empowering women, and all those kind of things like that. Which is, let me finish.
Society has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, but can I continue? So then,
sure.
Most of the women that I've found, they tend to be very, very controlling, and it very much so in the U.S. that I found that compared to the Caribbean. They're very controlling, and then you as a man want to step up and be that harder man as well, but then cause all that more friction because both of you can't be fighting all the time and want to win a conversation. I mean, if you treat a man like a child and mess up with his ego, he's going to let you go. And when you make him feel smaller than he is, and he has done nothing to deserve that, you just want to be bossy, and you just want to be in control. For example, you enter a restaurant. You want to say, "Oh, honey, should we sit here?" You want to give her a choice where you should sit, but she's already trying to dictate to you already where to sit even before you enter the restaurant. She already wants to tell you what to do even before you enter the restaurant. She's already commanding you what to buy and what not to buy. She's already looking at your eyes to see who you're looking at in the restaurant. I mean, she's totally like smothering you, like you can't even breathe. And so based on my experience, I've dated several women, and they tend to be like that so much. So they run the good men away. So when they get the guys now who's putting their pants on their backside and everything, let them go with that. Let them go with that. Because they find a good man and they want to be in complete control. You understand? So that has been my experience. Women tend to want to be in control and trying to compete and feel like even if they're making a lot of money, even more than the men, that doesn't mean that should be in control. Because men has a natural ego to want to lead. And women, they have a natural ego to want to compete with men.